Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nilex Show, and this is Chill Spot. Today, we are going to talk about relationship matters. And beside me here, I have two gentlemen who are very good when it comes to love triangles. And that is why today I invited them so that we can talk widely about relationship matters. And with me, they are going to introduce themselves and they will tell you more about them as the section goes. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Captain Apunda.
My name is Felix Odiambo, and I'm very happy to be hosting here today.
Thank you. Yeah. I've gone through social media platform and I've realized that one major thing that is affecting the youth in this coming generation is all about relationship. And thereby I highlighted a lot of things about that section so that we can talk about relationship and help other youths who are undergoing those specific problems. And the first thing I would like to ask, have you people gone through relationships, breakups?
Well, maybe if I may, if my brother here allows me, yeah, of course, I've been in a number of relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and so it means a number of breakups. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
So, personally, I would say a relationship. I think in today's generation, it's kind of more of a mess in a way. And I think personally, I've been in a relationship or relationships, and breakups are part of what
Growth.
encompasses of relationships today.
Mm-hmm.
And being that relationship has its own messes in the generation of today, I think is a lot of things and questions that we need to talk about when it comes to relationships. And one of them would be people fail to address their own insecurities when they get into a relationship. And this probably is the subject to so many breakups that we have today. And maybe as we continue, we'll probably see how that goes.
One thing I've realized about the new generation right now is that they fail to understand about relationship breakup. So please, Mr. Elia Punda, will you please tell us how one can understand relationship breakup so that we can avoid a lot of drama when we are undergoing relationship breakup?
Well, I think I will build on the point which has been said by my good learned friend here, Mr. Felix. The insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
That is, well, for me, in my experience, in my few kukurokakara, yeah. So you find that there are very many insecurities, and by the end of the day, when very many questions go unasked and maybe misunderstood,
Mm-hmm.
then you find that there's a point in which we fail to have an agreement somewhere. So find maybe I'm having girlfriend A, and then there are things I don't understand. I'm not opening up to ask her. She's not opening up to tell me, and then I find girlfriend B outside there, and then she takes me with my faults and all that. Then maybe the insecurities which I was seeing in the other lady, I don't see it here, and by the end of the day, I'm going to go for Lady B because she satisfies my ego and she satisfies me by the end of the day.
So this means that the main thing to you, one of the things that causes breakup is lack of communication.
Yeah, at some point, beside a number of other issues that I may say, I won't really say lack of communication. Communication again depends on how you define it.
Mm-hmm.
But then maybe miscommunication and just you see, communication might also have that bit of misunderstanding. You may communicate, but then how I interpret how you communicate, because you see, communication does not really mean you're talking to me. Communication also means maybe how I'm able to analyze your how you portray yourself, how you carry yourself, how you handle yourself, how you interact with people around me. Yeah, all that is communication.
But I also think that as communication is a key to building a healthy relationship, lack of it comes with the first thing that I said about insecurities, where we fail to handle our personal insecurities. You know very well that we've been struggling struggling with some specific things before you get into a relationship, and you can't embrace them by yourself, and you get to meet probably this lady, or if you're a lady, you get to meet this man, you haven't really addressed the actual insecurities that you have. Probably you've been struggling with, let's say, pornography, you've been struggling with cheating, you've been struggling with dealing with drugs, and then you get into this new relationship, hiding your own insecurity that you're fighting. You haven't really like exposed them to this particular subject matter, the person you want to date or your partner. And then when you get into a relationship with this new partner, they realize that they can't really embrace the actual insecurities that you're having on your own personal level before you brought this other partner. And then you end up like breaking up because that particular relationship is like inevitable. Like breakup is very inevitable because in the long run, it's like you're campaigning for breakup. Like the end goal, what you're waiting for is breakup. When this other partner learns that you have this particular insecurity you're fighting, and you never like disclose that, is I think relationship is like contract. It's like an agreement. It's like an oath. You have to disclose all the material facts at the initial stage. You have to let your partner know that for me, these are my struggles. These are my weaknesses. These are things that I've been facing before I meet you. So when you want to handle me, not the type of person you're going to meet. And the other partner is also subjected to the same. They have to disclose whatever they have, whatever they are fighting, so that in the long run, it doesn't really come like, you know what? I think I've got a kid. At the initial stage, you didn't say you're a child. Now you're here, you're telling me you're a child. That
I
is very
think
imminent.
I think it's the scars.
Yeah.
We fail to. We have very many scars, so we have very many breakups because I'm having so many scars. I carry it to this person. I do not disclose them. Maybe he or she finds out about the scars. I move to the next person, and it's just a recurring process.
So before you get into a relationship, you have to disclose your scars to your partner so that he knows what he's dealing with
And
in the
again,
process
it's
of
in the best
relationship.
way possible because again, you see, it's not it's not more of a discussion. I mean disclosing, but then you see when two people are coming together, like if she was a lady, but then now for my girlfriend, if she was here,
Yeah.
and then let's say now though I'm meeting her for the first time, so it's not me disclosing; it's us coming together and sharing. She's telling me, you know, this and this. Let's say in our first date or in our second date, at least we because if you say it's disclosing, then it means it's coming from one person to the other, not the other person to. But then this is something that should be mutual.
Okay. And a lot of ladies believe that whatever causes breakup is that most men feel that ladies are too demanding. Now, why is it too uncomfortable for men for a lady who is demanding? Because it's a two-way traffic. You gain, I
Why should a
gain as a
lady be
lady.
too demanding in 2024?
How do you underline too demanding? When do you specify this lady is too demanding?
But I think I can say something on that. When a man says a lady is too demanding, I think we have two different type of ladies. Some I think would classify them as an actual partner that you're looking for, like an ideal lady or an ideal woman that you're looking for, and a gold digger. A gold digger is probably that lady who is looking up for a man to rescue them from their own miserable situation. They have a situation and then they just think of, I need a man who is going to do me everything, going to do like absolutely everything. That's why we ask this particular question. What are you bringing on the table as a woman? It doesn't really have to be like the finance aspect of it. It has to be intelligence, ability to multiply, ability to bring things that are going to make you and your partner build a relationship that is based on purpose, love, and other factors. But again, if you get a, a lady that is a man that is saying a lady is too demanding, probably we have different factors there to consider. Maybe a man is not really up to a stage to handle a relationship because you want to date a lady who has been brought up being provided for by the family and they have all this lifestyle that they can maintain by themselves. They work, they
Okay.
make their own money, they earn their own livings, they have their own all those stuff. And you, a man, probably you're still not able to live up to yourself, maybe the standard that lady is living.
Mhm.
Then you get interested into the lady and you start dating, and you feel the lady is too demanding. No, the lady is just like trying to maintain the kind of lifestyle that she's been having.
Mhm.
Then you on your side, you'll feel like this lady is too demanding for me.
Mhm.
On the other side, but I've never heard of a lady who says the man is too demanding. I don't something like that. Yeah.
That brings me to another question. Relationship breakup. How do we deal with the emotions? Huh? How do we deal with emotions? How do you heal out of that breakup as a man? Because men tend to be too quiet with their problems. So how do you deal with it as a man?
Okay. Once you have breakups, of course, they do happen when you realize this is not an ideal partner for you
Mhm.
and you want to move on to another relationship. Of course,
Mhm.
definitely, when there's a breakup, you have to see how you deal with it. You find most men, some resort to suicidal thinking, they go to depression, they think of like if you're in town, life is just too much for you, you just think of like either running back home and all that. But I think this is the time you need to look for something that is going to make you undergo through that process than rushing over to another relationship that you're going to mess up. So at that stage where you've already had a breakup, I think that is like the stage where you need to, if you you can replace that situation with other things. Probably you could be doing a lot of book readings to have personal development time and grow yourself and make yourself the kind of man that you want to have. Be the high value man. If you are a man specifically and want to deal with the breakup, you go to reading books, doing specific things that is building your own skills. That is maybe if you are a graphics designer, if you have an art, or you learn a new thing that is going to make you put off the things to do with the depression and focus on that. I think probably, let's say, for example, like me, or maybe in my situation, I will do something like I would replace that matters relationship with work. Put all my focus in work. I work hard so that I can build myself, build my knowledge spectrum to be able to understand so many things, even in the field of relationship, so that I have me who can be able to stay with me and understand me before I embrace having another partner in my life. But again, I think in dating in 20s, for men or generally people or the youth between 20s to 30, that age of 20s, I think you should be like working on yourself even if you're in a relationship with a focus of settling when you are at 30s. Because it will be ideal, specifically for people in Africa. It will be ideal because you'll be able to build yourself both financial muscles, both emotional muscles, so that you can be able to understand and know how to handle each and every situation without you being so much judgmental, so much emotional as a man, and you handle things with care. Because without care, that you come to realize that you are so much angered in a situation or relationship, you make an instant decision, and then after like 1 hour, 2 hours, you're like, what did I do? So to avoid all that, I think that is the way you can deal with it.
Well, I think first and foremost, maybe to be in the age between 20 to 30. Me, I don't agree. Yeah, me, I say if you find it working for you, go for it.
You marry when it's 23 years.
Yeah. You know, for me, I would say the most important thing is to understand yourself.
Alright.
Because sometimes you're going to have an age, you're going to restrict yourself from uh, getting to have a knee of some beautiful lady somewhere.
Let me ask you.
No, wait.
Do you mean you can go ahead and marry at the age of 20? Let's say you are 22, 23, 24, 25. You do not even have ability to pay your own bills, rent, and all that.
You see,
And you want to proceed and get married.
you see, age is just a number, and if we say 23 or 25, you see, it's not definitive that you are not in having a capacity to handle yourself. Someone can be at 23 and he already have how many billionaires are we having outside there at 20?
They're there, but now
How many millionaires are there? I've seen, I have friends, very, very young men, they are able to handle themselves. But then you see, because you see now, sometimes, you see, to win begins in the mind.
Alright.
Yeah. So there's someone who believes that me when 20 by the time I'm 23, I'm going to have a wife, I'm going to have a baby by the time I'm 24, and maybe one every year. So long as you have looked at yourself, you have evaluated yourself, and seen that it's possible. There's a question that Nelek asked about the police officer. I would say that you know, relationships again, they have very many effects, because you're either affected physically, sexually, spiritually, mentally, or emotionally. So now, depending on the breakup, the kind of breakup
Yes.
that you're having, and you see these
Mm.
are things that are happening, and I believe that's why we are here. Yeah. So when someone is having as a breakup, and that thing has affected him spiritually, that is why maybe he, as old as he is, he may leave a note so that the ex can come and read the eulogy. You see now, if maybe someone come and ask me, Captain, how would you handle that? Then I would tell him I would go back to my faith. I would go back to my faith and try to pray over it, because again, some things you cannot just handle them just like that.
But actually, speaking about faith, do you know the reason why God created Adam before Eve? And even the reason why God gave Adam property, that is in terms of land, you have a place to stay, you have a property to chill and work on. Then later on, she gives you wife. I mean, he gives wife. I'm sorry to say she. That means a lot when it comes to interpretation of you having a successful relationship, because you need to have finance backup. I don't say you just need to be rich and wealthy and have a lot of things, but I mean, as a man, before you think of settling, the world for you to live in today, you need to be handling responsibilities. You need to be paying bills. You need to be looking up to your family, your relationship, and all that. Like, this is the month of Valentine.
Mhm.
If you're in a relationship, definitely you're going to think of, I want to buy a flower for my lady. I want to take her out and all that. You feel appreciated. So as a man, I definitely believe that you need to have some muscles. It doesn't have to be like wealth or much money and all that, but you need to have a ground. You need to be able to handle your own bills and get somebody into you when you're able to handle your situation. And that is now a point where you can be able to say that probably let me get into a relationship leading to marriage or something like that. And that I think relates to the age factor that you're saying. Age is not just it's just a number, but we blend their age with finance.
No,
Or not really finance, but property or something that you have. But
yes, those still I don't agree with you. But you see now again, before you get to marry, there's the courtship period, right?
Yeah.
Which takes time. The people take 10 years. The people take 5
Courtship
years.
10 years? No.
I've heard of a
No.
friend. Actually,
Hakuna
I'm having a colleague.
kufuliza watoto wa watu hapa
I'm,
nje.
I'm having a colleague. The other day we were talking, and this guy told me they dated for 7 years.
No,
So
no.
7 is close to 10, right?
Mbona umefuliza msichana wa mtu?
Sasa now.
7 years courtship?
Yes, courtship.
Oh my goodness.
So people have done it. People have done it before. So.
Okay,
wait,
before
courtship
you
or dating?
continue, I'm even
It's
wondering.
courtship.
Okay, what is the difference between courtship and dating? Before I just go to my point.
Okay, fine. How do you understand dating and courtship?
Let me tell you the basic thing or my basic knowledge about dating. Dating, if I'm a single man,
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to single out a lady from the single. Yeah? You at least look at the people around you. These ladies, you meet them in different places, in churches, marketplaces, wherever you go, whether it's a stadium watching a football, you meet a lady, and you think that is somebody who is an ideal partner, but you may not approve at that stage. You single the single out
Mhm.
from the singles.
Mhm.
After singling the single out, you start assessing. You hang out on a date, you see how they behave, you see how they talk, you learn their characters, their cycles, and after that, you get to know this person in depth up to a given period of time. If you feel you're convinced that I think this is an ideal partner of mine that I can move forward to maybe marriage, that is where now you put a ring on somebody's finger as a sign of engagement that, now I'm coaching you to get married because you are an ideal partner for me. That is the courtship period. Somebody is having a ring on their finger for you.
So it means you're ready to take this lady as a wife.
As a wife. That is when you do
And
courtship.
how long should it take?
So that now depends. It shouldn't really take a long time when you've already put ring on somebody's finger. Because this is somebody you're convinced you want now to live with this person as a partner.
Yeah.
So I think
No. I don't think courtship means you've already agreed.
courtship.
You're not convinced
So
because
you can court somebody's daughter for 14 years.
you see this thing depends. But then now courtship means I'm just trying to verify everything if it's what I
14
think.
years verifying.
Oh no. Well, it's no.
Which verification is
No, I didn't say 14 years.
which verification?
Okay,
Verification.
leave alone even
See,
the 14
verification
years.
can be very
Can be what?
many things.
Even 7 years is too long for verification.
Generation today is raising a youth that is just ready or headed to broken up marriages and relationships. You know why? Because sex is too much exposed before marriage that people do have sex before they get married. To an extent, when you're getting married, it's not really a subject. It's not really like
nothing
a
serious.
unique thing there for you. So you've been moving into like 10 relationships. You get in, you walk out. You get in, you walk out. So you're learning of how to get into a relationship, walk out. Marriage is also a relationship. You are in with a partner, and you have to wake up each and every morning, convince yourself that I want to live with this person until death do us part. When the generation of today is like so much exposed to sex before marriage, they get into marriage, they don't have this unique thing that is going to solidify them in marriage, and they say, you know what, if it is sex, I used to enjoy that before marriage. Now I'm married. What am I really going to say that is so unique for me to stay with my partner? If she's like not really going to give me the vibes that I want, I get to walk out and look for another partner. Then now you find yourself in another relationship.
For me, I think that's
You
simple.
walk out, you leave, you walk out, and it's like every cycle of breakout in marriages, in relationships, and that is how the society is today. So for you to survive and have a long-term relationship, including marriage, abstain from sex before marriage. Get your one partner, date. If it is not an ideal one for you, make an early decision to get an ideal partner. Then once you commit to that partner, live through to get married, and you will really enjoy that marriage. You will never find a factor that will make you break up. Because one thing, you never enjoyed sex before marriage, and this is now something that is sacredly meant for marriage. A unifying factor, and it is there to make you with your partner have that marriage solidified. And that's why you said currently, when you get into marriage like this, I know that's why you're asking that question, that there's less sex when people get married. Like it's not as predominant as it was before people got married. So I think that is the reason why that comes.
Me, I think people should just you see. I think the biggest question would also be, what does the society want? Maybe there's too many breakups. There's just because maybe they want sex.
If you say what society wants, then that makes me think that people should always live their lives being affected with what the surrounding society wants. That is not an ideal situation.
You see, society are the members of the people makes the society, isn't it?
Do you get married for the society, for yourself?
No. Maybe I didn't frame my question well.
Right.
You see, a society is made up of people, right?
Absolutely.
And we have said that today the society is full of people getting in and getting out, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm saying that these people, maybe for us to get the right answer, we are supposed to ask ourselves, maybe, what do they want? What are they looking for? Why are they getting in and getting out? Getting in and getting out.
But I think you shouldn't really have a relationship or your personal relationship based on what the society wants. You should have your personal relationship based on the principles that you believe are true. You, as an ideal man or an ideal woman, you know, this is what I want to believe in, this is what I want to do, and it is right according to the principles that guide relationship. And this I say with conscious of every single human life should be led by the manual honor, like the honors manual. And the honors manual here I speak of the principles that guide your living. When I look at when I want to know my purpose, I need to read the manual. The manual here is the Bible for me as a Christian. So the Bible gives me the basic principles of living my life, and it dictates the right principle through which I should set up my relationship. I should set up my association with people than me building like a relationship based on what the community wants. Like nowadays, there is like so much sex before marriage. Now I need to engage in that. Find yourself having abortion. Find yourself having so many multiple kids out of marriage, and now there's the fact of the co-parenting here. There is the fact of people having like 7, 8 children with different women, and they're trying to pay bills and all that. To avoid that, live on your principle. This principle should be guided by the morals from the basic, manual of your owner. Your owner is your creator. Before you buy a car or after buying a car, you're given a manual. That manual tells you what the owner intends. The owner's mind is actually the owner's mind is when you're getting that car. It tells you this is an engine, this is an on, this is a what, this is the accelerator, and you need to press here if you want this. You need to do this if you want this. If you want your wife to love you, you need to do this. If you want to be a queen in your relationship, you need to treat your man like a king. Because if you ain't treating your man like a king, you're not going to get the queen's treatment. And that is absolutely true.
Is a topic of courtship that Mr. Pundas just talked about. I don't think courtship should take that long. Actually, you don't need 7 years to learn somebody's daughter. I don't think that's right. That's wasting somebody's time. So you put somebody for 7 good years learning her, and then you go break up with her. That she wasn't, after dating for all that long. You break up with that person that she was not satisfying you. She had
Maybe she wasn't ready.
for 7 years. Okay. Okay, but
You see, marriage, it means this person is going to affect my entire life. So if we have been for 5 years and I find out that in the 4.5 years, she's not ready.
And that is why it's good to do early communication. When you just know this person is not a match for you, you cut it off as early as possible so that each of you move on in a very smooth way. And you also take time before moving on another relationship. Because when you move on in another relationship and you still have that mental affection, yani, you have been affected by the last relationship, I think it's going to affect the next relationship because you will not be viewing the next relationship as that person, but you'll be viewing the next relationship with the mistakes of the last relationship. So I think generally youth should work on that. And as we clear this topic, when a man cheats, okay, we are in a relationship, then the lady cheats, the man cheats. Do you think those two should break up? Why is it that when a lady cheats in a relationship, it's a big deal? But when a man cheats in a relationship, the lady is talked down and these things happen. Men are men. Why?
Maybe a comment on that. It depends with who cheats first. Then it's this way. If probably the man cheats, when the lady cheats, it means the lady is trying to punish the man. Not the lady doesn't cheat because like she doesn't love the man, but she's cheating because she's now punishing the man. But again, when the lady cheats and the man cheats, after that, it's either also the same, trying to punish the other partner. But at the end of the day, there are some factors that if you get into a relationship with somebody and you condone them, they will definitely set principles on which how you're going to run your relationship. If my partner cheats and I forgive and it was like that very weird and all that, you're trying to tell your partner that sometimes you can cheat and I can just let you go get away with that. So you don't really have to let it to go to a stage where you have a cheating partner and then you want to run that relationship because you can forgive and again cheat, again forgive. It's not really a good. You need to set your principles as early as possible.
Me, I
If
think
they're not acceptable, you set it aside.
a lady cheats, a man cheats. These people are cheaters. They can.
So the
This
cheaters
a
can
match.
cheat as they go.
This a match. These people can actually come here and
One.
come here, and they bring my one, bring your one,
Uh.
come together and say, let's stop cheating and let's continue. If these people break up, and me, I'm very innocent man, I'm going to find a cheater. The lady is going to find a cheater, and the community is going to be in a very bad position. So me, I would say, if the lady is cheating, the man is cheating, these people are cheaters. They come together and make it work, and they can.
I think if you're a cheater, you just attract a cheater.
Yeah.
If you're a cheater, you attract a cheater. Yeah, of course. And that is why they should make it work. Yeah.
So there's no.
Because you see, the problem starts with them,
Uh,
and the problem can end with them. Yeah.
So there's no need of all this drama. My girlfriend cheated and my boyfriend cheated. It's just something basically you two sit down, talk about it, and see how it
In
works
fact,
out.
if I'm having friends who are coming to tell me my girlfriend cheated, my boyfriend cheated, and then they are disturbing the peace of the society, they can come together and make it work out themselves.
So, as we finish up on this topic, what's the last thing you can tell our audience about breakup? And
I can say that when it comes to relationships, it is built on trust. That is a key thing when it comes to building a relationship with somebody. And when that trust is questionable, that relationship gets to be just headed towards maybe breakup for me. That's what I think. Because if I trust you, I wouldn't really question where are you from, what are you doing, just trying to follow you up every place that you have. Unless I initially brought you together, brought you in my life, and I just knew you were a cheater. So I have to be very conscious with you each and every now and again. But if I trust you, and I know this is a woman or a lady that is having that is having a basic principle of how a lady of principle, but a woman of principle, where we speak of Proverbs 31 woman. If you are such a woman, such a lady with those principles, there is no need of me having trust issues with you. But when I see a red flag, I know that I have to put a question mark in that particular relationship. And we are headed to break up. I'm telling you, that is where we are headed. The train will just stop there and we alight each and every person. We get to on board on another stage and we just move on with a different person. I think that is what it is. So that would be my
So, Mr. Eli, what will you tell our audience as we end this topic?
What I would say is that, you see, I'm a man, I'm a complicated creature, and ladies are now two complicated creatures. So the only way is for these things to work is for the lady to just humble herself, the man to humble herself, come together, we work out something. But then by the end of the day, cheating never helps, and insecurities never helps. They just break and break and break and break. And we are against a broken community. We are against broken marriages. So people should just make it work.
So as we end this topic, actually we talked about relationship breakup, and we've talked widely. If our viewer, you are keen, you will have learned a lot out of this discussion. So as we go to the next episode, you will be waiting for another topic about friendship and relationship. Tune in for the next topic.